It's his fact checker.
I thought you were the fact checker.
No, he's just wrong all the time.
Oh.
What am I doing? Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom. You got me on mute, don't you there, asshole? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, boom. Stick it up your ass, Andy.
Well, you and Stoner get to fucking talking before
I wasn't
we
even
start
talking.
rolling.
Who was talking?
And then
Okay.
I had to cut both
All
of
right.
you off.
3, 2, 1, boom. This podcast is brought to you by Rest in Peace, Looking Glass Doug Club podcast. I'm Jeff Stanfield.
I'm Andy Shaver. I feel bad for Logan and Rebel.
Yeah,
I do too.
They're very upset.
Not just that, like they're getting
Hate
a lot
mail.
They're getting a lot of hate
Death
mail
threats.
over a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
ending.
Could you imagine if you guys stopped doing it?
People be happy.
They'd be like, fucking thank God.
Thank God I don't have to tune into that fucking shit anymore.
They would miss me, though.
Yeah, they'd be like, well, Andy's gone, but Jeff, we sure do miss him.
Jeff, would you please start your own
The
podcast?
shitty part is they'd probably miss how much up Mikey fucked up.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to be all honest and stuff here.
Okay.
Mikey has done a good job the last week. He has.
What happened the last month before that?
But I'm going by what's going on now.
Right.
Okay.
Small
mean,
improvements.
He has done a good job at the end.
Well,
You can call a spade a spade.
That's
Mikey's
right.
done well lately. He was a fuck up at the 1st of December. At the end of middle of December, he's done a good job.
Well, I consider this in December now.
What about me, Jeff?
You fucked up and parked in the middle of the road today. I've heard all about it today from Andy. What's the problem with Blake's parking?
It was in the middle of the road.
You
Like a
don't- you
fucking
don't- just-
Democrat.
It didn't tell the whole story.
Well, please tell me the story.
Tony was parked right there, so I pulled right next to him after I got my ass chewed about parking in Michelle's spot. So I pulled over by Tony, and then Tony left, so
Whoa.
it looked like
Whoa,
my
whoa,
pickup
whoa,
was
whoa.
in the way.
Ash chewing is a little harsh. I said,
You
Blake.
didn't say please without me
I
saying.
said, Blake, Michelle's fixing to be here. Move your truck. Then you sat down. I said, Blake, Michelle's fixing to be here. Move your truck. You're in her parking spot.
Oh, I thought you said, Blake, move your fucking pickup.
Yeah, he said, Blake, you fat fuck, you piece of fuck, move your pickup.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't think that's what I said. Hey,
Andy.
Andy, what's with the foil shit? It's all we can
Seriously, quit
hear.
making so much
God.
fucking noise.
You
I'm
get on
sorry,
to everybody
I-
else all the
I'm
time.
not a deer hunter. Would that get me kicked out of your deer stand?
Yes.
So did y'all really see a
I'm a
mule deer
waterfowl
on that one
hunter.
place? Mm-hmm. In that county, he can shoot a mule deer.
Right.
How big was it? Just a little four
Nah, it
corn?
was little-
King County, you can shoot mule deer? Really?
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't
he's-
know if the season's still going on. Is it, Tony?
I'm sure it is. He's broken up. But that sumbitch was, I bet, from here to your office doorway, just sitting there.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Ollie. No.
We got a rapper. He's coming over here.
It is December the 21st. And
Yes.
It feels like it is February 46th right now, the way
Really?
we are. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Why?
Everybody's kind of grouchy.
I'm
and
not
tired.
grouchy. I just
Hey,
I've got all these fucking cameras right here. If Ollie comes over to sniff this that he's not going to get, he's going to fuck that up, and we're going to start this whole thing over again.
Why are you eating during a podcast anyways, Tim
Well,
Grounds?
got Scott.
welcome to the club.
I've
Me,
got scotch. So
Tim
I got,
Grounds is the last person that ate on here. I don't think I'd do that, Andy.
That's tacky.
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't be doing that.
well,
I'm not going to eat. Well, I mean, you're not going to be able to tell, Jeff.
if you chew like Tony does.
Are we
then
on
you will be able
YouTube?
to tell.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, you could tell you're
I'm not going to.
like a fucking camel.
That was
When
disgusting.
he does that in the.
That is the most disgusting noise I could ever hear.
Who, Tony? When he eats?
No, just anything. It's just like that fucking
Yeah.
noise could drive me up a fucking wall.
So when Emily's doing that to you, it bothers you?
Yes. I'm like, stop.
Yeah, but that's not like a. That's not a chewing sound.
And slurping is just as bad.
That's such a
Like-
disgusting word.
Tim is the last
Yeah,
one.
that's terrible.
Tim is the last one that ate on our podcast, though. We were talking to him, and he was talking to hear him chewing and stuff on there. That sucker's eating
thought
supper
I
and
ate
talking
on
to us.
Who?
I thought I was eating a sandwich one day.
I don't know.
Last year.
Cock meat sandwich.
I don't remember.
Tim had a banquet while he was doing the podcast with us.
It was like an apple too. So it was just-
And you don't want to be rude.
No, and
No.
especially to like a legend like Tim, you know.
Right.
But
R.I.P. Tim.
and I don't
You
know.
guys are rude to me?
You're not a legend.
You're not a legend like Tim Grounds.
Pretty close, though.
You're getting close.
You're not even a legend in Grant.
Pretty close, though.
That's not what I heard.
pretty close. Close enough.
We're gonna get the whole story on Blake and Grant from Emily and your brother when he's here, Alex.
Well, fuck.
Are you nervous about
lie
that?
about it too.
No.
You don't think so?
No. Alex knows what's good for him.
What about Emily?
She knows definitely what's good for her.
Well, what's good for her?
Me?
You think so? So you think if y'all were single that you would have a better chance of hooking up with somebody quicker than she would?
Absolutely.
Blake.
What?
Oh, fuck yeah.
No.
Let me hold on.
Let me finish eating here.
Andy's eating fucking caramel with a fucking scotch. What a chotch, I'm telling you.
You talking about Tony having some drinking?
No
Fucking
doubt.
no, Andy's a little bougie bitch.
What'd you just say?
A bougie bitch.
Bougie motherfucker.
Okay.
Is that good scotch?
Yeah,
Is it? Okay.
the best.
It was a Christmas gift.
What do you want to elaborate on?
You wouldn't. No. Emily's definitely hooking up.
How do you
Emily's
know?
probably hooking up with your brother before you even get done crying.
No.
Before you do
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, he was on FaceTime with her the other day, and like I guess he was talking to Maggie and their dog and stuff, and all of a sudden you hear Alex's voice in the background. I was like, "What the fuck's your brother doing over there?" He's like, "I don't know. That's a good question."
See there? He's already laying
I'm
the
telling you.
groundwork.
Yeah.
If we broke up, I would be the first one to put it somewhere.
Well, I think
Alex is the only one in the Poppe family not getting laid right now.
Correct.
Yeah,
But he's 12, so
seems like it.
19.
He's got that Trevor Lawrence haircut going.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And especially on him because he's got a big block poppy head.
Yeah.
And it's
It
just
doesn't look
fucking
good on him.
Oh, God,
Square-headed
no.
Germans.
So you say I'm
apparently
going to
is the
fuck with him
thing.
a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Blake had never heard that before.
Before I started
before you
working for you
moved,
guys.
moved down here.
You never heard of what?
Germans got
Square-headed
those
Germans.
big ass square
Oh,
heads.
yeah. Big old.
Now every time I
Scandinavians
see a
got,
text, and I'm like, God damn.
Scandinavians got slope heads. Slope heads and square heads. Hey, speaking of Trevor Lawrence,
Yeah.
he hit the lottery yesterday.
What?
The Jets.
Well, the
won.
Jets won, and Jacksonville does have the first rights because their strength of schedule is the smallest. So he would be probably a Jacksonville Jaguar.
Ugh.
Florida has no income tax, so
Ooh.
that's saving
Hell
a ton of
yeah.
money.
Hell yeah. I cannot believe that they put Notre Dame in the college football playoff.
I thought it'd be Nebraska.
Well, I didn't, but you know they
Texas A&M should have got the
A&M should have got it. Clemson beat the fucking brakes off Notre Dame in that fucking game.
Yeah, Notre Dame shouldn't have. I like Notre Dame. I've always been a big Notre Dame fan. I like what they stand for, but overall,
What do they stand for, Jeff?
4 years of school, no red shirts, have to have higher grades than other schools do.
Right.
It's a Catholic school. They've got some higher standards. Them and Stanford both do.
That's a-
Being Catholic,
A&M?
you know, they lots of standards there with Catholics.
Well, they're not.
Okay.
They're not
Just keep
taking
going.
they're not taking the child diddling part of the football team on. They're talking about football.
That's just Penn State.
that's just
Yes,
Penn State.
Yes. Blake, do you think the priests really do
I'm
that?
not talking about this goddamn shit.
Blake, you have to accept it one way or
I'm
another.
fine. I accept it. Let's move on.
Is
No,
it a
you
sore
don't.
subject
Yes.
because you had a rough childhood?
No, I'm just sick of Andy always up my ass every time a chance he
No,
gets. We talk about
that's not Andy that's up your ass. That would be a priest.
just for the record, this never had happened to me in my childhood and Catholic memories.
You never ever got fondled or anything
Never.
funny?
The only reason that I'm on you is because you denied it and said that it was
I
like
didn't deny it.
blasphemy that I was even saying that.
Well, that's the thing. Catholics, you just don't talk about it, and it didn't
That's
happen.
why
That's
it's
why
gone
it's
on
going
for
on.
400
Yeah.
years.
Well, we're pretty good at keeping secrets, so
yeah, evidently.
You're welcome.
It's kind of like that uncle that touches you just a little too long.
And you live with your
What's
uncle
that
down
joke?
by the river.
What's worse than ants in your pants?
Uncles.
So do you think that? So you do acknowledge now that?
I've always
that they've-
acknowledged it.
No, you haven't.
No,
you used to
did.
deny.
Last year,
Yeah.
you got hot. You got heated.
I'm not going to
Last
talk
year.
about this. Father Patrick never touched me that way.
You were upset last year. That's okay. It's okay.
Is it?
Have you ever seen a hot nun?
I don't know. You can't tell. I haven't seen a nun for like 15 years.
When's the last time you went to confession?
Like this year?
You did go to confession?
Yes.
What did you confess?
Did
Well,
you
I
tell me about
can't
what
tell
you
you
didn't
that.
believe?
Why?
it's
It's
a
not
client-
a wish.
it's
You
a-
can tell me. Like
it's a client.
It's a what?
It's a client
There's not a
doctor
client privilege.
confidentiality.
Yes, there is.
No, not with priests.
The priest can't tell you what I did, so I can't tell you what I told the priest I did.
Did you murder somebody?
Nope.
Did you tell me about you and Emily?
What about us?
Did you
That's gotta
say
be
we
part
had
of your
premarital
confession.
sex?
No, I wouldn't lie.
So you didn't tell him that though.
Well,
So if he would-
we're not having premarital sex.
If he would have said, "Blake, are you banging Emily?" What would
Now
you?
you're
told him?
lying.
I would have said no.
Everybody sleeps with their girlfriend before they marry. I mean, nobody would do that.
You're right. You're right. They do.
I mean, who the fuck would marry somebody and not be getting some?
I don't know. Really, it's not 2020. Really. So.
I mean, I've never known anybody to do that shit. You better try out what you're getting married.
Back in the day, it always happened.
Back in the day, what?
Back in the day, it always was that way. You
What?
didn't bang before
Back
you
in
who
the
you
day,
married.
there was
Bullshit.
fucking brothers and sisters that fucked.
Yeah.
They didn't wait till marriage.
Who do you think? You think your parents?
you know why-
think your grandparents didn't have sex before they got married?
Absolutely not.
Bullshit.
They got married at 15.
Well, they were banging at 14. They were having sex at 14.
Golly.
Did
you
they
know
really
that-
get married at 14?
No,
15?
I don't know. I doubt it. I was just,
What about the step grandma, Wanda?
what about her?
Do you think they had sex before they got married?
Well, yeah, they were 85.
Jesse's
There's a buffer zone there.
They had a buffer zone.
Jesse's dad's mom, she was like 15 when she got married.
Really?
Yep.
Do you know why reverse cowgirl's illegal in Alabama?
Why?
You never turn your back on family.
That's a good one.
Where do you hear these? Where do you come up with these?
I don't know.
Whoa, watch out! You better knock the light over.
You're
God
good.
damn,
You're good.
Mikey.
It's just a mic. It's just a light.
It's just a light.
It's just
you are the
it's just
light.
$100 bill.
You are the light of
You,
my life.
you know, somebody in Alabama's offended by that.
Probably.
Fuck that fat motherfucker. I've seen him before.
Shit.
I can't wait for Emily to be on here with us.
I'm sure she's excited too.
You think she'll do it?
Oh yeah, she already told me she would.
So she doesn't mind telling about y'all stories. She's going to
What's your
embarrass the
story?
fuck out of you.
You
No,
got
she
you
won't.
got to get her on here without Blake.
Oh, I'm
on
going
it.
to. I want
What?
to talk about her when she held his little penis in her hand for the first time.
Alex, and Emily.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
That will be weird.
Would have been more weird if he held your penis in his hand.
Well, true.
We're gonna get so many of your secrets.
Was
There
it
ain't no
was
secrets.
it cute like a little
Her and I are telepathically connected, so I can hear what you ask her and she will answer correctly.
You can be sitting right here when we do it.
No,
I don't,
it's
I don't
okay. I'd
mind
rather
you
not.
sitting right here.
You'd rather be
wanna-
surprised when you listen
don't
to it
want
driving
me
down
to
the
be-
road.
You don't want me to be on the mic when you guys are talking.
Blake's
with
gonna
her.
be deer hunting while you guys are doing the
That's
podcast.
true.
I don't
You
mind.
can do it. You could help me out and
Preoccupy her.
preoccupy her while I go hunting.
Does she know like your Christmas schedule of deer hunting? She's coming all the way down here for some good loving.
He told me
9-hour drive.
For 7 minutes worth of sex.
I'm gonna say yeah. She'll be here 5
That's
days.
twice.
That's give or take 8 or 9
Whoa,
total
whoa, whoa, I
minutes.
thought there was no premarital sex though. So why does that even
You
matter?
can't have premarital sex if you never get married.
There you go. That's
So
a good point.
Exactly.
And you shouldn't get married if you're not having premarital sex. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
If you ain't trying that coochie out, you got some bad problems there.
But marriage isn't all about coochie, Jeff.
So it's about it's
It
a
is.
partnership.
When you first get married, it is.
Some people it's not.
To who?
Just like,
Blake.
Thomas loves shooting coots. Me, it's not for me. So sometimes.
Thomas loves shooting coots.
So really, maybe some people don't like or don't. It's not a top priority for them to have sex.
Anybody young that gets married, having sex is part of the priority.
I don't know.
That's why people get married real fast sometimes, so they can have sex.
Well, that's understandable. And you hope those turn out for the best.
Yes, you do. Anyways, I was on to something, and you made me
Why
forget.
do you?
Oh, I know what I was going to tell you about. So, you was asking Blake about being in here when Emily's on. Jesse just done an interview with Split Read for their website. Did she send any risque pictures or anything with it, or just straight?
I hope.
You hope. So, anyways, did you listen to all the things they asked her about us?
No, because they were a little late getting to her. She's not an A-list star like me, so he had some other things to finish up. Anyway, I had to go scouting whenever he called, so heard a little bit of it.
She trashed me. She told me last night.
Why?
Said I was mean to her, and I used to be mean to her, treat her sorry around here, and play tricks on her.
Well,
I did.
I figured.
It was a good. I'm sure it was good. She's an intelligent little girl. Married me.
She is smart. Best thing she ever did, marrying Andy. I think about that every
Really?
day. Boy,
I don't think that.
bless Jesse for winning the lotto by marrying Andy.
I think. How
Do you think Andy
fuck?
married over his head or she married over her head?
Andy married over his. For
You
sure.
think so? Mm-hmm. What do you think Andy'd be like without Jesse in his life? Besides have more money.
Probably the
I
same.
don't know about that.
No, I don't think you would have more money. No, take that back. No.
Way better off with her financially.
Yeah, I will give you that. She's really good with money.
We got a whole lot of ant in our life and not much grasshopper.
I think he'd be the same person.
I hope I would be.
Anal Andy.
Do you think Andy'd be going to? Do you think Andy would be a Tinder guy?
No,
No, you don't think so.
I don't think so.
Bumble.
Yep. Andy would want the girl to talk to him first.
100%.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, 100%. Ball's in your court then.
What the fuck?
Right.
You can do whatever you want then.
Mm-hmm.
Bumble, a girl has to talk to you first?
Yeah, they're the first ones.
That's why Mikey's never brought it
That's
up.
why Mikey doesn't.
That's why
go on
Mikey's
Bumble.
not-
Mikey would be like Helen Keller. He'd be a deaf mute on that fucker.
Yep.
What are you on now, Tony?
Christians who like to fuck.com.
Black people meet.
Black people meet.
Farmers only.
Yeah, farmers only. Mormons with a heart on. He's on every one of them.
You got to cast a wide net.
I think that's a fake website, Tony.
The Mormons with the heart on. He
Yeah.
sent 3 dick pics this week. Some guy named Charlie's called him back each time.
I still think back to that with Mikey. Like, he knew. You got to see my dick first to do this 3-way.
Yeah, how the fuck did he get the Snapchat if he didn't agree to like, okay?
Yeah, I'll see one dick and it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a dick.
Until
Once
you
you've
find
seen
out
one,
it
you've
was
seen
2
them all.
guys.
Is that a baby's arm or is that a penis?
Right. Well, some are. I know someone that's seen someone famous's wiener and it was huge.
You
Randy
talking about your
Gregory.
friend that dated Randy Gregory?
Dated.
She
Loose
slept
term.
with.
Randy Gregory, yeah.
Do you think her husband's built like he is?
No.
Have you? Do
She's
you know?
married now?
Yes. Do you know her
Happily?
husband?
Happily married? I don't know.
After seeing a penis the size of Randy Gregory's,
I don't know.
can
man.
you ever like truly turn your? Can you ever be
That-
happy?
That thought lives in my head my whole, like, every day.
Tried to live in her mouth, right?
Yeah.
What are we talking here? Like,
Well, when she described it to me, she goes, "This guy's wiener is this big." All the way
That's,
down to her elbow.
that's
That's
a
a
fucking
that's
hammer.
a fucking horse cock.
That's why he's playing defensive end.
Yeah.
I mean,
And so, oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
That's incriminating.
Okay.
Jesus, Jeff.
I mean, like if I said in Beatrice, it would make a difference, right?
Right. That's
Okay.
where it is.
Okay. So, anyways,
beet
but
rice.
kids are walking in, and their dads are never walking into the classroom and going.
I don't.
Their dads never walk in and say, "I bet she
didn't-
slept with old Randy Gregory."
I didn't mean for this to be so personal.
He took it that way, didn't he?
Jeff just tries to take
Like we
that
could have
extra-
just we could have just had a fun story, and
like,
Jeff's
oh,
like,
Right.
you
oh,
know
and
somebody
by
that
the way,
fucked a famous guy.
I have so many stories that I could tell, but I don't because Jeff will blow them out of proportion.
Oh, she didn't sleep with him.
She did.
And she'll work her coworkers have no idea what she's done.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. But that's probably a lot.
Well, how long ago was it?
Oh, fuck.
They were
We
in
were in
college.
college, so 2014.
Can you imagine though the lady that works with her that thinks she's just an old prude? Look at her.
Oh, she is
She's
so
such an old
great.
prude. I bet. You know what? I heard that she got drunk one time and flashed someone in Cancun. No, she had a horse cock in her mouth one time.
This is so bad.
This is what's shocking about people that work for you. My
That's
wife
true.
is look at Michelle. She is shaking her head in there at me.
it just
don't
took
know.
a turn.
It's shit happens.
I guess it does. And if he would have stuck it up there, she probably wouldn't have did that normal ever again.
Do you think girls talk about guys like that?
Yeah.
Yes, worse.
Really?
They're worse
Forever.
than men are.
Trust me, you're not leaving any lasting impression. So,
Right.
You know.
I figured that.
but yeah,
Yeah, Emily's not bragging about you.
Oh, yeah, she is.
She's probably not saying it's this big. It's more like it's that big.
Hey, one
It's
finger.
good enough. That's
fucking-
pretty much what it is.
You can
Probably.
get enough done with
Yeah.
one finger.
But what if Emily knew Randy Gregory and you don't know? Maybe she's got
That's-
a past like that.
Well, going back to the spot where I said that's the thing that lives in my head every day. That thought that
like, are you being compared to
are you-
somebody
yeah,
better, bigger, and
not
better?
that, but like
Yes.
just imagining an elbow deep black wiener.
Elbow deep.
You know what I mean?
She had the
I'm not
throbbing.
gonna ask because I don't want to know.
It's gonna wreck some shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask
Gonna
because
wreck
I
some
don't.
shit
I
over
don't-
this.
Do you
I-
sit her down at the table one night? You guys are having dinner. We're like, look, Emily, I just gotta ask you.
I need to know.
Have you ever seen a throbbing black wiener up in
Yeah.
front?
Am I the biggest penis you have had?
Yeah.
Or have B, you had a black one?
Right, because I don't need to know if I'm the smallest. That would suck too.
Yeah.
So I mean, are you?
Do you think that she would lie to you? Do you think that you're at that level of your relationship where she's got enough respect for you to lie to you?
I bet she'd tell the truth.
She'd probably tell me the truth and be like,
The fuck am I supposed
What
to
do
do
you
with
want me
that?
to do?
What would
You
you
asked.
rather have? Would you rather
I'd rather
have
not
a
ask.
white lie or the dark truth?
neither.
You're not.
I don't
want to
know either. Dark
Would make
truth.
you feel better if I
Even if-
ask her on the podcast?
No,
I don't mind.
no. Absolutely not.
I don't mind Blake at all.
Because then we'd have to break up while she's here, and that would be awkward.
Why would y'all break up?
Because I can't live with that, man.
With
No
what?
way.
What? So if she did have that,
If there was history with a black wiener, it not big wiener.
talking himself in a corner.
Big wiener.
This
So
is
the teacher,
2020, and
so
that's
the
disgusting.
so the teacher girl, there was no more chance of you wanting to do that
I
after
I never wanted to.
that. So you would have just wouldn't have pulled it out.
No, I don't know.
He just had guilt by association on that part.
Yeah.
So you would not want to know.
I don't want to.
I wouldn't want to either.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm with you.
I don't
Yeah.
think I'd care.
I would care.
I
Well,
would.
here's
Why?
the, okay. We'll take the black part out.
Well, I didn't-
Bigger wiener. I don't want to know.
Right.
Oh, I don't care. What am I going to try to improve? My penis size?
Well, no, I get it.
Could he
I
do the
just-
helicopter like this? See, I'm better.
Does it flop side to side?
I don't want to know.
I don't know. You've never had to go through that because you and Jesse are high school sweethearts.
Been together forever.
Right. That's
Do
the way
you-
I'd like it, but
Do
Win
you
some,
do
you lose
you
some.
go for the laundry list?
what do you mean?
All the dirt.
All the dirt, everybody she's been with, and you spill out everybody you've been with.
No.
Like if she told you,
You just
she-
keep it. You
Said
just
no.
you just keep it all. Nobody knows anything, and she's in your hometown, so I could see why you would not want to spill
Well,
your list.
She's only lived there for a year.
But still, she's gonna have to run into these people that you have.
Oh yeah.
Fornicated
Her.
with.
Well,
Yeah.
because she could be like, God damn, I see these people all the time.
Right.
And Blake has
Yeah.
been fondled by them.
Blake.
Not that
Like,
he has,
like if she
but-
told you she went to Mexico and she had a threesome with a donkey and a midget
See,
and a Mexican, would
couldn't
that
do
bother you?
Yes, that would bother
You wouldn't want to go to
the fuck out of
Mexico
me.
no more.
I wouldn't.
Which part would bother you more, the midget or the donkey?
Both. I don't care. Just any threesome. Two
The
dudes,
midget
4
for
girls.
me.
I don't care.
Two dudes,
No, it
4
wouldn't.
girls.
I'd be like, sorry, can you please go back to Nebraska and we'll figure this out when I'm done.
So if she had a threesome with a chick, you wouldn't like that?
Two
wouldn't
chicks.
care.
So
Two
you'd be,
chicks.
you're okay if she brought a chick into your relationship?
I mean, if she'd want to, we could talk about it.
What if it's like really like one of them Nebraska volleyball docks, you know, big, burly, the cut hair and
be
stuff?
nice.
The ones
You'd
that
be all
fuck
for that?
you.
As long as I got to wear their championship rings.
It'd be the
Look,
talk
Mom,
of the
reverse
town.
cowgirl. We're in the rings.
I forgot what it felt like to be this part of the podcast.
Five for the thumb in 2021. Let's go, baby.
Nope, she'll enjoy the podcast. Hopefully, none of that comes out because then we'll have to
None of
to
this-
face some adversity.
Would that be the first adversity that y'all faced in your young relationship?
No,
Harvest.
kinda.
You and Stoner getting drunk together?
No.
Randy Gregory's
I
dick in your
enjoyed like
friend's
when I
butt?
first met her. I was planting corn, and she brought supper to me every night in the tractor and rode with me. And then the first year and during harvest, she just never came out. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Where are you?
Yeah, kind of
I'm
sucked.
feeding America,
Like,
and
I was
I'm
like,
not even
listen.
getting a how you doing.
Yeah. My
Listen,
fucking,
this is only the first year of this bullshit, and you can't stop now. Maybe when I'm 50.
Sounds like an interesting relationship.
Well,
She seems like a nice girl the one time I've talked to her.
she's nice and she's fun and whatever, but
So are we going to ask her to marry her while you're at the Big Honker Lodge?
no, God,
3 to 5
Why?
years.
3 years.
3 years.
In 3 years. You can get married right here on the spot
I'll get married down here. I don't care.
by the state of Texas.
I don't want you to be my officiator.
Jeffrey.
That hurts my feelings.
Well, Jeff,
That hurts my feelings.
everyone on this podcast, 75% of the people that listen to this podcast would agree with me that I should not have Jeff officiate my wedding.
But the 25%, that's important to me.
Yeah, those are the Dan Reeses and them guys. They would think it would be funny to fuck up my wedding.
Dan was a nice.
How would I
guy.
fuck up your wedding? I just would marry
Jeff.
you.
What did you think of Dan Reese? He was out here for 3 days, 4
nice
days.
guy.
Better than you expected?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a complete fuck.
He was a nice guy. That was a nice group of guys.
Yeah, it was a nice
They're
group of guys.
funny.
All of them were.
Are you happy? Like, so the hunting was not great when they were with you.
Correct.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Which had
Andy's boy, he's
nothing
baiting
to do
himself.
with me.
And then I took him for 1 day, and we killed 31.
Correct.
Josh,
Me
you
and
were there
Stoner.
too.
Stoner, actually, I was supposed to have the day off, and Stoner was like, listen, if you don't go, Blake's going to go with me. And we've seen what he's been putting up
No,
on the
you
board.
weren't even. You were in Oklahoma. It was going to be me and Mikey, and at this point in time,
Mikey and I.
I'm glad you did that to somebody else. Makes me feel better.
Damn. Me and Mikey.
I want you to seem uneducated.
Well,
When we were going up there, and it come across the phone on the updates, they were like 23 or 24 birds. I was talking to Michelle. I said, "Yeah, they've killed Andy. They've killed 24, 25." She goes, "Is that the group with Dan and them?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "Oh, thank God." She goes, "Poor Blake."
just felt bad for
Yeah, that was not the best feeling.
But you're happy for the team.
I'm
that we-
happy for the team and happy that someone could get them on a good hunt.
But a little bit you're dying inside.
My streak in Texas has been bad this year.
But you've done good in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did damn good.
We
in
burned that
Oklahoma.
ass and sucked that dick. In
But no,
Oklahoma.
Jeff was like, "Do you want Andy to go scouting with us just in case he needs to go in the morning?" I was like, "Well, I would like if he did because we were supposed to dig. We were going to dig in that morning, and it was going to be just me and Mikey.
Right.
And I've heard stories about Mikey's digging experiences the last few days.
Did it hold true?
Oh, 100%.
I told
Andy,
Mikey.
Andy was so fucking pissed that morning.
I told
Golly.
Mikey. I said, "You're gonna give the spiel. Can you give the spiel?" I've done this 4 times, Andy. I can talk to these guys
confidently.
Mikey said that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So
Were you hesitant?
no, because I wanted to set a killer spread that day.
Right.
Because I knew we were gonna dig in and we were gonna go big.
But you weren't even a little bit hesitant to have him
No.
demonstrate the holes.
Because I was gonna be there, and if things really got off the tracks, I could
Straight up.
rein it in.
Okay.
So when I told him that he was going to do the spiel on the holes, I didn't mean this is all you're going to do. Like,
Oh, he thought that was his job for the day.
Literally.
yeah, he stood over them like the Gestapo.
Like that, no
Did not
bullshit.
move.
Hell, Hitler.
Me and Andy sent probably 100 dozen.
Thank God my
decoys.
job's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who's got the snacks for the diggers here?
he's
All right, now, guys, we can sit back here and watch them set out decoys.
he kind of showed them kind of half-ass how to do it in a roundabout way, and then he got a rake and he set it under his arm and he propped him up for the rest of the fucking morning.
Fucking state
Dig,
worker
boy, dig,
style.
dig.
He's looking at people dig, and they're asking him how they should do it. And
Yes,
he's like, "He says
massa."
so." Well, then, like every now and then, you'd hear him like cutting up and laughing with Dan and them. I was like, "That's probably just not going to be a good idea because he's just going to conversate the whole time down there." But yeah, me and Andy set like 100 dozen decoys.
Andy and I.
I don't give a fuck. Anyway, go back to the trailer, and like it's getting close to crunch time, and me and Andy still have to do our holes. And he was like, well,
He
fuck,
didn't
I
dig y'all's
figured-
holes either?
You don't want him to dig your holes.
Mine's customized anyway.
That was the first time I ever dug in.
Oh.
I'd never dug before.
Did he show you how to do it too?
No.
That would have been great. I just stoner a little over there.
I was digging next to Andy and just kind of kept looking over, and I was like, oh, I guess this will work.
But we had lightning in the east, and it's like it's time to start getting this shit going. And so he was digging his hole still.
Yeah.
We had just started.
Yes.
I asked him. I said, I clocked him. I said, "You've been going for 28 minutes. Are you done?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Your board's not covered, and you got no decoys around you. You're still on the clock." So
And all three of us finished at the same time putting decoys around us.
yeah. So I was like, this has to get done, this has to get done, and this has to get done.
Now, when you look at Mikey, you're not like, well, I bet he sets a lot of records in the speed category.
Blake.
Yeah.
Blake, we pulled in the field at like 5:25 and started setting decoys, and he was finished his hole. That was his only job apparently at 6:55.
Did y'all kill a bunch of birds that morning?
Yeah.
Then his system works.
Yeah, then
The
it
fuck
would
did it,
must have-
dude?
I wouldn't change it up.
But like I said, whenever I told him this is what you're doing, I did not expect that to be the only thing that he was doing.
Yeah.
I got 2 hours to do
I
this.
got 2 hours to make sure this shit goes according to plan.
He literally thought that he was supposed to oversee everybody just digging their holes, and that was it.
Right.
Nothing else. No more, no less.
He did a good job of it.
And then we, after we shot into a couple groups, Andy got up and walked down and did something. And I just hear him laughing. He's like, Mikey. He said, what? And then he comes back. He's like, next time you get up, go and take a look at Mikey's hole. I go down there, and there's like 4 decoys around him.
God, damn.
Just sitting there, kind of like hunched back, just kind of looking up.
I'm
I was
sprawled
like,
out.
Fuck, man.
Like he's on a fucking beach in
I
Mexico.
mean, it didn't matter. We were still killing birds. But we're like, some of those birds you gotta fucking
Cover
hide
up,
from,
motherfucker Jones.
Yeah.
He
It
was too.
bad.
He was just laid out like old fucking, just like he's on a beach,
Then he was
catching some sun, catching some sun. I said,
God
Mikey, and then I didn't want him to fix it before Stoner could go see it because I
Yeah.
didn't want to feel like I was
Right.
being too hard on the kid.
Right.
So I had a second opinion.
Stoner, go tell Mikey to put some more decoys around him.
Stoner, I'm scared of him. Go tell him.
walked-
to put some-
I walked over. I said, Mikey, what the fuck? He's like, what? I'm hidden. I was like, no, you're
You thought the
not.
enchiladas were bad? I'm about to beat your ass,
Oh,
kid.
shit. Oh, it got worse as the morning went because, like, Andy's goal was just to hit 30. He's like, we need to hit 30 birds. We need to hit 30 birds. Well, Mikey was so fucking ready to go home. Like, he kept looking at Andy and was like, you can tell he's
10:30.
like, if he was tapping his foot on the ground, he would be. Just
10:30.
fucking waiting.
What do you think, Andy? I think we got a lot of birds behind us, and we're gonna fucking shoot them.
Right.
And then, because I wanted to hit 30, and we had some Canadas that day work, so like,
Yeah.
we could get to 30.
Right.
But he was itching to go.
So you ended up with 35, didn't
31.
31.
31.
you? Hey,
Sorry, Blake. That trumps your,
yeah.
couple days.
Total.
Oh. And then Mikey ran a group by himself the other day, basically.
He did.
Really?
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, him and Chris, but Chris don't blow a Canada call or nothing.
Right.
And so Mikey did.
Chris does blow.
He is blowing a call now? I didn't know that. But they did it together then. And they shot and they killed 9 birds. But it was good for Mikey to be kind of to do some of that on his own a little bit.
Right.
How nervous you think he was?
Probably not as nervous as Chris was having to be with him by himself.
Really?
It's
What
a
would you
different thing. Even when I first started working here, and Zach and Andy, I'd hunted with you guys like 3 or 4 days. Then I ran my own. It's the first one's nerve wracking. Really
You
is.
done good today, Blake.
Yes. Just today, not yesterday.
Well,
Just today.
and then like, it's different because every decision falls on your head.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've got to like. So when you have multiple guys, one guy you can delegate more.
Right. You can.
But when you're King Dingaling, everything falls on your head.
Mm-hmm.
You hunted by yourself the whole time because Zach and Blake kind of left
Yeah, they
you.
teamed up on me.
Well,
Left me by myself. I think I hunted by
Zach
myself
needed help.
more that year than ever before.
right. You did.
Nobody hunted with me.
No, it was just you.
What was that, 2015, 16?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Would have been the year before the podcast.
Yeah.
And it was a loner.
It was. But we did good.
Mm-hmm. What a good season.
Nobody wanted to hunt with me though.
We
Well,
had some good times though. We stayed in Oklahoma a bunch, just the 3 of us.
yeah. The video popped up of Lou humping me on that chair the other day. That was fucking funny.
Looked like your girlfriend and Randy Gregory over there did it.
God damn.
That's what's funny
Shame on you,
now
Blake.
is I look at like it was just us 3
Right.
every day,
Right.
and I can remember not having a duck hunt in the afternoon was like a fucking day off.
Oh, it was like a fucking beautiful.
Like it was like you don't have to duck hunt this afternoon. You're like, thank fucking God, because we would hunt in the morning, and then
Go eat pizza.
eat pizza,
Yeah.
and then we would duck hunt in the evening time.
Right.
So you're talking 4 o'clock in the morning till 7:30 at night.
Y'all get a nap for about an hour and a half or 2, and then y'all
That
would
ain't
leave.
much when you're going
Damn.
fucking 20.
2 hours was pushing it. That'd
Yes.
probably be the longest we ever had.
Do you remember the afternoon duck hunt? We had like 17 guys, and the guy had his dog, and he kept sitting. And the guy was only 4'4", and he kept standing at the head of the Napoleon guy and his
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
And he's like, those birds don't work real good there for a second. Well, yeah, because you and your fucking dog are standing in the decoys. Come back in. The guy had to walk his dog out there to get every fucking bird.
Fuck that.
I don't know how many days straight we went, but it was.
We hunted a lot.
I mean, you're talking 2 or 3 weeks without a day off.
We went from when we started up there at Christmas, and we would leave about the 21st or 22nd
Right.
to come home. And that guy tells me after that one duck hunt, they settled up with me in the truck that day. They were done last hunt. We were fixing to go home that night, and he goes, well, I just don't know what's wrong. The birds just didn't quite react right there for a little bit. I go, how many ducks y'all kill? I think we had 78. Well, yeah, boy, there's a real problem there. Shot 78 fucking mallards, and something's wrong.
Thomas, how many days did you go before you needed a day off?
8.
8's as many as you made it?
7 1/4.
Didn't you say that after 8 days you needed a day off the other day? After 8 days.
8
We're
days.
fixed to have 7 days off, but I really need a day off.
I really need that one.
You had a week off. You went fucking vacation in Kansas for a week.
That's not off because he was up still early.
Well, it don't matter.
But it's your days off of work.
It was your
like
days
if
off.
you need to recharge the battery, those are the days to do it on.
I would have
Not
skipped
when you're on
out
the
on
clock.
hunting for about 3 days on that little vacation and just fucking slept.
How big a piles did y'all kill when you was in Oklahoma?
Kansas.
Kansas. Yeah, what's the biggest
When
pile
you
y'all
freelanced
killed?
it.
42. What'd you kill them other days? You should have slept one of them days. That's what I was getting at.
Well, it's easy to say now.
Yeah. How'd you go from killing 1 to 41? Did you hunt the same spot?
No, just ducks versus geese. There's a lot of geese, not a lot of ducks.
Why didn't you shoot geese every day then?
Well, did you hear him? Well, I'm on drive to Nebraska just for geese.
Not a
Fuck
good
that.
sign.
Oh,
I
you
would-
wanted to go just to ducks.
I would literally drive to
duck guy.
Nebraska just for geese.
I would drive to Nebraska shoot one
Ducks
goose.
have more people watch on videos, don't they, than geese? Yeah. That's why.
It's all for the tube.
People love ducks,
that.
dude.
They do. You
just
take a
like-
picture of a duck on Instagram and
Just
it gets
like
a whole lot more.
in Oklahoma, past week we shot our limit. Well, there any mallards in here?
Shot your limit of geese.
Yeah, we shot a 5-man limit of geese,
And they won.
and they're
if
like,
there were
"Well,
mallards.
were there any mallards in here?" Everywhere you go, people just want mallards.
Yep.
It's the king shit.
It is.
Don't get me wrong. I love shooting ducks in the field, ponds, rivers, everything. But why ask? Like, well, I mean, I know we just shot 50 lessers, but
But
was there a couple green hens in here?
maybe one, maybe two.
It used to be the snow geese. Used to be back when we used to kill
Yeah,
just
then
the
it
small
snows.
Canadas.
Yeah.
All the time. We killed 10,000 geese last year. How many snows you kill? 33. And they'll be like, really?
Yeah, it's like
That's
when,
all?
when you get a group of geese
Yeah.
come in and there could be 40,000 Canadas and there's one snow. That fucking snow is gonna die.
Yeah, it's
It
gonna get
could be
20
every
people are shooting
fucking
at
time.
it.
Yeah, it'll be 120 yards up there, but that's some bitch.
Oh, I pulled up on the snow goose. Oh, me too.
And
Sweet,
then
sweet motherfuckers.
And then I got it. He's got it every time. I killed that one.
Good shot. I saw that.
Not to be dogging, but it's just funny things that I think are hilarious that happen.
There was something I was going to tell y'all about. Then I got to think for just a minute. Let me think. Rustin told me something that happened today that I thought I'm going to talk about that shit on the podcast. I'll tell you a funny story. Justin told me they were crane hunting yesterday, and they had the same problem we have at the piss field. The dog,
Oh, fuck.
the neighbor's dog. They've got a dog there, and they've hunted on our field a couple times this year. And the dog is sitting in the spread with them one day, just laid next to JD and hunted with him. Well, they're hunting.
You hunted with him?
He just sat right next to him. They said they were crane hunting south of here yesterday, and while they were crane hunting, a German Shepherd kept coming to the spread. They couldn't get rid of him, and he said, "You can hide a dog in a goose spread, but you can't in the crane spread." So Justin put the German Shepherd in the Tahoe with him. He's driving down the road. He goes, "I got a fucking German Shepherd with me." I go, "Did you get a new puppy?" He goes, "Hell no." He goes, "It's the neighbor's dog here." I go, "Why don't you just go tie it up by their house?" He goes, "I don't have a rope." He goes, so he's scouting with me. So he's riding around, and I'm laughing about it. And he calls me like 10 minutes later. He goes, "Since you find everything so damn funny when it happens bad to me," he said, "I got out to pick up a crippled crane that fell in the next field, and that fucking dog ate my burrito."
I'd be pissed.
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
God
We
damn,
had to
I'd
do
be
that
pissed.
today. So the piss field that Jeff's talking about, we hunted the field on the other side of the house today.
Right.
Fucking dog shows up, both of them.
What? No shit.
I've
And
never
the
seen them all the way down there.
The
No.
stickers are so bad in that field, they couldn't walk anymore by the time they got to
Oh,
us. Like they're
fuck.
just like this. So Bo and I, you see how grammar,
Thank you. Educated.
threw them in the back of my pickup,
Randy Gregory.
and one of them is like a Great Pyrenees. He's a big fucker.
Right. Sheepdog.
Fucking Bo, he made me pick up the head. Well, he got to the back. Like, no, we're gonna switch here.
Don't carry the dog.
This fucking no, we threw it in the back of the pickup. The side I had to get had teeth. I was nervous because Lou doesn't like to be picked up. He'll growl at you,
Right.
and I just knew this son of a bitch was gonna bite my dick.
They're
off or
nice
something.
dogs. They're just annoying.
Sweetest dog ever. And then we couldn't get him out of the pickup.
He likes
you
goose.
imagine?
He likes goose hunters. He wants to go.
Then we couldn't get him out of the
He's like,
pickup.
shit. I'll be going goose season starts. And somebody pet me.
That sheepdog, every time I hunt the piss field, is laying about 20 yards outside the decoy, just laying on the ground.
Just laying there.
Yeah, he'll watch you set up decoys the whole time. And I had him one time this year. We got done setting up, and we went and parked trucks and came back, and he's still standing there. I was like, all right, go home. Turned around and just went right back to the house. I was like, fuck, why can't it be like that every
No
time?
shit.
That little one though, it would not. It wouldn't. That's the problem. John.
I think the end is near for that one. He looks a little rough.
Yeah, a little skinny.
Rustin
Kinda
had
like
a
me.
story about tips that somebody fucked around on somebody.
I
gonna
saw
tell it, and I'm trying to
I
look
saw
it
an Instagram post from somebody, and it was they had shot a limit of mallards, and he like let it all hang out about his clients not tipping him. He said, "Why is it that the ones that don't deserve to shoot a limit, and the guys that do deserve to shoot a limit have a tough hunt?" Hashtag don't spend it all in one place. Hashtag
Yeah,
no
shit.
tipping fuckers. Put it on his Instagram.
Said, fuck it, I've had enough.
Fuck it, I've had enough. That's a bold move.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
That's
But,
a
I
bold
mean-
move, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for him.
You know,
But I don't.
those aren't the guys that you necessarily want back either, though. So even if they see it, you know, you're gonna cull them a little bit.
That's
we had a client that was here for years. He passed away, and he was he was bringing a decent group of guys, probably 10, 12 guys here, and they didn't tip real well. And one time they tipped better, then the next year they didn't tip as well. I asked the guys, I'll ask you all the time that y'all get tipped well or something.
Right.
And if someone doesn't tip very good, a lot of times I'll write myself a note so I'll know, and I always want to bring it up to them later.
Right.
And so I asked him the next year, I said, you want to do the average tips? He goes, well, what are the average tips? I said, $30 a day per person for the guide and $10 for the kitchen. That was a few years back. And he goes, I thought we tipped $5 if we didn't shoot a limit and $20 if we did shoot a limit. And I told him, I said, listen, I said, and we were friends. And I said, listen, I'm not going to say his name. I'll call him Bob here. I said, Bob. I said, think about it. I said, they work harder on a hunt where they don't shoot a limit than they do when they shoot a limit. I said, how many times have you shot a limit in 30 or 45 minutes and been finished? Oh, lots of times. I said, so you give them $20 for working 30 to 45 minutes on a hunt. I said, you've had some hunts where y'all shot 5, 10, 0 birds before, haven't you? Yeah. How long do they work? Well, till 11 o'clock. Which one do they work harder? It makes a lot of sense. I said, the tip should be the same or more when it's a bad hunt.
if your
I said,
guys
it's
are
not-
doing the work.
They were.
Right.
I don't worry about you
Right.
guys doing the work.
Yeah.
Other than Mikey sometimes. Sounds like Mikey's got y'all trained pretty well, so I think he's doing a good job. But anyways,
He's gonna make a good manager someday.
But I told him, and he's like, that makes sense. Then after that, he tipped more.
Right.
He was like a $50 a day guy. Get the kitchen 15 and pay the guys 35 a piece, and 10 guys is $350, and it was a good deal. But he did not understand that. And that's why on our waiver that if you guys haven't filled out every night we're supposed to, it tells on there that.
Right.
But a lot of guys just are dickheads. There's some tight fuckers out there. I had a guy from East Texas hunted with us, and he called me, and he asked me, he goes, now tips are included in that price, aren't they? I go, no, they're not. So then when he come up here to settle up with me, and he owed me, he goes, now are tips included? Well, fuck no, I told you that on the phone. 2 times we've had this conversation. No. I said, your buddy told me you're a tight ass. And he said, don't let you get by with that shit. Well, I don't know why he'd call me a tight ass. Well, fucking, because you obviously are.
It's like going to Whataburger and going, that'll be $22.50 with tips.
Yes.
That's what $2.50 with.
I would tip at Whataburger if it was required or
Right.
expected. Andy would not.
Not the one by fucking Windstar.
We've talked about
They're
Sonic,
slow.
haven't we?
Golly.
We've talked about tipping at Sonic.
Yeah,
haven't
we do, don't you?
You do.
You don't either.
I do if there's change left over.
I don't like to do that though, because you do
Tight
seem like
bastard.
a tight ass.
Well, hell,
Why?
I tip at Penman's then, because every time there's like 30 or 40 cents, I'm just like, I just put it in the red thing.
I tip
Do
at
you think that they clear that out at night, or do you think that carries over to the next day?
It carries over because the same change was in there.
The
next
take a
day.
penny, leave a penny. If I was,
I've used it.
If I was, fuck yeah, I use it all the time. I'm
Democrats.
tight.
I tip at the burrito store in Knox City.
Really?
Yeah.
If I were a cashier, I'd fucking right in my pocket every
Me
night.
too.
My dad said he knew an old man that owned a grocery store, and he had a broom. He'd set up right next to the counter, and he'd sell that broom 10 times a day to somebody.
Why?
They'd get their groceries and shit. He'd charge $5 for that broom. And if they'd say, "Oh, that broom's mine," "Oh, I'm sorry," he'd leave it there, and he'd go on, and later on, he'd do that again, charge $5 for that broom. And he'd sell that broom 10, 15 times a day to people. He was overcharging $5, making $5 extra off everybody that come through there, and they didn't ever catch it.
That's robbery.
That's fucking highway robbery.
Well, that's why Dad told me the story. If it was a fucking feel-good story, he would have never told it to me. That's what the point of the whole thing was.
So he would ring it up. He would ring
He
it
owned
up.
his own little single grocery store and had people come in there, and they'd buy
Fucking con man.
buy $80, $90 worth of groceries, and then they'd get paid, charge $5 for a broom. And if they ever caught him on it, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, someone set it up there. I thought it was yours." "Oh, I'm sorry, I put that back here." And they walk out and he puts the motherfucker at the front again. Next person comes through, they're charging $5 for that fucking broom again.
What a con
And
job.
Dad said, "There's no telling me fucking thousands of times he sold that broom over his
That's
life
fucking funny.
That
at
is
$5
funny.
a pop."
Where was that at? Wichita Falls?
No, I'm sure it was somewhere in Kansas.
Give me the name of that motherfucker.
You know,
Yeah, I'm gonna
did you
beat
know
his
Dad
ass.
wrote a jingle for a milk company?
I think I did know that.
Yeah, it was
Who did?
Dad did. They had a
Ron?
contest
Oh,
one
I
time.
thought you said Ed.
No, Dad. They had a contest for a milk company, and if you wrote the jingle, they'd give you $100. So it was one of them little pint deals, and you stuck your
Yeah.
straw in it.
A
and-
missing child on the side
yeah,
of it.
no hay to pitch, no tit to twitch. Just poke a hole in that son of a bitch. That's it. They never used my jingle, but they sent me $100.
Somebody in the podcast group found some of Ron's dog training tips in a book.
It was, it was in Gun Dog magazine.
No shit.
Yep,
That's pretty cool.
I'd like to have that, and I'd frame it and put it up.
Somebody should send it to you, Jeff.
No, I thought it was a book.
It was in Gun Dog magazine. I think somebody had an old copy of Gun Dog, and they would put like tips from the pros or something.
Yeah.
You think maybe Wildfowl one time would want a tip from Jeff for the pros?
No.
Tip from the pro for Jeff. When you drive around in the truck, keep the heater at 71
That's
degrees.
the guy that posted the picture of that goose rig or that truck burning up in Oklahoma.
Was that the same guy that had it?
Wildfowl.
What fucking pickup? What burned up?
A guy that's a guide for North Dakota Outfitters or North Texas Outfitters or something. Dakota Stowers, I can say his name, I guess. And on his truck burned up last. Andy said it was 3 or
Is he
4
okay?
days ago.
Yeah.
I got his dog out, but what
God
was it,
damn.
Andy? Is a lucky duck
Battery hit he had a ratchet strap and had a lithium
Shorted it
battery.
out.
Created a spark
burned his truck down.
all the way
Oh, I'm
down.
glad he's okay.
Said he got his guns out and what he got a couple other
Guns,
things out.
dogs, and most of his like blind bag and shit, something like that.
Let me tell you, the old black beast comes rolling through. I'm thinking about hooking up a ratchet strap in the back of it and that lithium battery. Get out my $high binoculars and
That's
shit.
what I
And
told
then I'm
Sto-
going to tackle a fireman if he tries to put it out. Don't put it out yet.
No.
I told Stoner, I said, if my combine starts on fire, you get out of there. I want you to be safe.
But that's it. That's as far as it goes.
Then when the insurance
wait,
guy
where's-
gets there,
And
it
I
was
said,
me.
when you get to the edge of the field, get my pickup, drive it in there, and get out safe.
And if
got a
you
new
could,
not
go to
the
the
new
yellow
one.
shed.
No, the old Dr. Quack.
Not the new one that's got the scratch on the side, right?
Yeah, now 2 scratches.
Clients put dogs in there. No,
2
clients
dogs,
called
2
dogs.
straps.
No, let me tell you how this fucking works, Jeff. So I'm pulling the clients out of the field. They're in the back of the pickup. I'm driving by the fence, and one of the T-posts had an insulator off of it, so it was shorting out the electric fence. So I'm like, oh, I'll be nice to the farmer and get it fixed, and just fix it. I get out. I hear the clients go, come here, pup, here, pup. And I would look around. I'm like, what the fuck? And his dog came out of nowhere, and I fucking ran as fast as my fat ass could to stop him because I knew what he was going to do. They're in the box of the pickup, and they're saying, come here, pup, here, pup. And that dog jumps up on the side, and I yell, you goddamn motherfucker. And that dog just fucking takes off back home. So I called Matt. I was like, that dog's been yelled at before, hasn't it? He's like, yeah, that's not going to be a very sad, not too sad of a day when that dog dies.
Scratched your pickup
Scratch
all
the
to
fucking
shit.
pickup on the side.
That's after
I could
Mikey
have beat that fucking dog's ass and then grab the fucking clients by the neck and go, why would you when you're in the box of the pickup?
Call the dog.
Fucking here, puppy, here. Like, what the fuck you think he's going to do?
Do you think they listened to the podcast and heard that Mikey scratched up your pickup and like, hey, we're gonna fuck with Blake a little
They didn't
bit?
say anything about it. Most guys do.
Yeah, that's when your customers are the customers
Right.
we have. You know when they listen to podcasts because they tell you every time.
One client goes, oh, yeah, this pickup can't be that old. I go, Doesn't matter what. Don't fucking call dog. Here, buddy, come crawl up the side. Here, let me pet you.
And it's not like they're sitting on like the end gate or anything.
No, they're
with their
in
feet
the
dangling.
fucking box.
Like,
Would
there's
you-
no other way for that dog to get to him other than to jump up on the side.
Would you have been mad if it was your old truck?
No.
See, that's the problem. You
fucking
drive
thing's
your
been
old fucking truck
scratched.
more.
He would have just wished that fucker had TNT around him.
We went and did cameras and stuff and corn for the deer, and
Yeah.
Blake's driving his pickup around the place up in the wheat country, and it's like thorns and bushes are rubbing down the side of his truck, and he's running the Chevy, and he's like, God, I was like, Blake, why did we take this?
Yeah.
We take my truck, it's beat the shit. Austin's, well, he's got a topper on, so that doesn't matter, but I was like, Blake, you can't just because it's your truck and you want to drive everywhere to take it.
I'm just going to have to get a new box when I get back.
You have to be more logical.
Tony had a new Chevy about 10 years ago when we went to corn, and it had rained a bunch, and the road was going in, and I was driving the road, and I kind of slid a little bit, and there was an old plow there, and it hooked right behind the wheel and pulled that fucking quarter panel. I mean, all the way straight up. I was like, oh, shit. Dad goes, huh. That's all I said, huh.
That sucks.
Tony got out, we pushed it down. I said, it looks as good as new.
I've never, like, I knew that buying a new pickup that I've never thought I'd ever own in my whole life. I owned bought a pickup with 2,000 miles on it. And I knew that stuff like this was going to happen, but it still just pisses me off.
It won't bother you in 3 months, though.
No.
Yeah, it will.
Once Mikey pays to get it fixed.
No, it will.
It's getting fixed. And Mikey's paying for both sides.
Both.
Because he scratched the other side, too.
By next year, you won't care.
Yes,
You'll
I
be like,
will.
no, you won't.
I bet as soon as Blake gets home, he's going to a body shop again.
And then it's going to sit in the
coat
fucking
and
garage for
everything.
8 months until I come back down here.
To scratch it up again.
And then, yep.
Well, then Chris takes fucking bumper hooks up his deal the other day.
That poor guy.
Forgot to hook his fucking trailer up.
Oh, Jessica.
And he fucking... he was behind me, and then I go get a gas station. It takes him like 10 minutes to get there.
Hey, where are
He
you?
gets there, I go, Chris, what the fuck? He's like, goddamn trailer fell off and fucked up my tailgate. And I'm like, it's not funny. I shouldn't have laughed, but it's my kind of luck stuff. Like, I'm like,
Bud,
better
I
your
feel
truck
you.
than mine.
And what did he tell you
What do you mean?
after you laughed?
He said, I don't think it's that funny.
Oh, what if it happened to your blue truck?
I'd be so fucking hot. I probably wouldn't be here. I'd say I give up. I'm trading this fucking thing in. I'm going to go get an 01 Chevy with a fucking flatbed on it.
Just trade it for the white Chevy out here.
Yeah, I'll fucking trade Tony straight across just to fucking save my brains.
Not have to worry
Just
about
not fucking worry about it.
Tony, you can have the payments. Just give me the white truck.
I'll just take the payment straight across. We're good.
it. I had to move it today. You got stickers all on your floorboard. That towel
know.
is ruined.
Well, it's just a towel. It was my cum towel.
But you got
So joke's on you.
but you got a towel and weather guard.
Well,
WeatherTech
that's because you get
floor
stickers.
mats.
You get stickers in your feet, and then it scratches the new WeatherTech mats. I don't
Well,
want
we
that.
said, Blake, what's the point of the fucking
No
floor mats?
You have a towel on top of the weather guards? Mm-hmm. I wonder why there's a fucking old moldy ass towel under there when I drove.
Well,
it.
it's cum moldy. It's cum mold.
Yeah, he said it's his cum rag.
Now it's got
Was.
stickers in
It's
it.
now my foot rag.
I know one thing. It is not going to run out of. It's not going to get in trouble for driving too fast when Blake drives. That fucker drives like he's driving Miss Daisy.
Well, fuck. He's got to take care of his tires.
That's right.
I got in that bitch and drove the other day, and they thought the fucker was stolen. OnStar called. Did someone steal your truck, Blake? The fucker goes past the speed limit now.
Should we tell the casino story?
Oh yeah, that is a good story.
Fuck.
So me and Blake the other day went to go pay for some books for the little Indian kid or Native American kids.
Slots.
The slots, not the dots. And while we're up there, one of us was on a heater.
Yep.
And
Wasn't
his
me.
initials were Jeff Stanfield. And so I kept winning money. So Blake was going to get my tickets. I'd tell him, go get these tickets. I didn't want to leave my fucking machine. I did. This fucking guy was playing on like 25 cents a spin. I'm like, fuck. Never seen somebody take so long to lose $5 in my life. I was like, God damn, buddy, I'll give you $5 more if you just let me have the machine back. So I'm starting to play. Well, Blake goes get some tickets for me, and he cashes them out, and I'm sitting there. So Blake, we're fixing to go. We're done, about ready to go. And I give Blake a ticket, and he goes and cashes it out. And I'm sitting there playing. I'm winning again. And I'll be a son of a bitch. Blake comes walking up. Thanks a lot, Jeff. He's got a yellow piece of paper. He goes, they had to get my license and shit, taxes. And the lady said, well, you don't even have a license. You're not supposed to be in here. I said, where's my money? He said, well, they're holding it hostage. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, they're holding your money. I said, they've got 1,900 fucking of my dollars over there? So I'm fucking getting a little hot.
Oh, yes, that's what this paper says.
Yes. And he goes, yeah, I don't have my license. I go, why didn't you bring your license? I told you I was going to be responsible and I was going to leave my wallet at home so I didn't get more money out.
I still don't get why you didn't leave it in the pickup.
Because he would have walked back and got more money
I'd be
out.
like,
if-
well, if
not
I'm
if
getting
you
my
kept the
driver's
trees.
license, I might as well get a debit card and get more money out.
Yes.
No, that's when you give Jeff the keys and don't let him
Here's the
unlock.
deal.
I'm winning. I'm not going to.
I know myself very well. That would not be me. I'd say, fuck it.
Yeah. I've been with
that's what I
Blake when
do.
he's done that. Me
500
too.
on red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Blake goes back. So I'm like, fuck. So then Blake's standing there watching me on still on my heater. It's on fire.
Still burning an ass.
And here comes Tonto. Dum, 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 dum. He goes, sir, do you have a driver's license? Do you have an ID to Blake? And Blake's, no. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Seriously? What the fuck's he needed the ID for? He's sitting here watching me, you know? Well, that little rules are you've got to have an ID.
They
to be
didn't
in
care
here.
if I had my ID when I was lost my $400 fucking
Yeah.
prior to that.
And boy, I'm like, so I'm getting fucking hot by then. So anyways, that guy said, well, we're going to have to ask you to leave. Your friend can stay, but you have to leave.
Yep.
So I'm like, fuck, I'm on a heater. So I'm like, well, if it gets down to $1,000,
If I were you, I would have stayed. I can sit and pick up. I don't give a fuck.
I kept playing and playing. Well, I was winning some money, so I kept playing. I was like, fuck it. So I walked out and I was pissed. So then Blake, we had to go back home, drive an hour home,
Golly.
which we did it in 38 minutes. We had to drive back, which we did in 36 minutes. Then Blake had to go in and get my money if
Yep.
they held hostage.
I had to show my driver's license.
So why couldn't Jeff get it?
Because I had taken it up there, and so this is how it happens. I hand the deal to him, and he goes, "Can I have your driver's license?" I'm like, "I don't have it." He's like, "Well, technically you're supposed to have it in here." Well, I don't. He goes, "Well,
Why don't you just take it to the machines?
We didn't know. Trust me.
right? We
Michelle, we would have done that if
this
we'd have known
completely
better.
different." And then
all I
I'm
would
like,
do.
he's like, "Well, we're gonna have you fill this out, and you'll have to come back and bring your license." I was like, "Can I just take the ticket back to my buddy
Right,
and he can
right.
bring it?" And he's like, "No, you did it." I'm like,
No, you
"No,
did it.
seriously, can we, like, it's literally his money."
Right.
He's like, "No, you turned it in." I'm like, "What the fuck ever?"
So it's your ticket,
So
technically.
he took a picture of me, had me hold a sign up, side view, took my social security number, took a picture of my driver's license. I think they're gonna fucking take all my money.
Oh, shit.
You're probably gonna have to pay taxes on that money now.
No,
that's
they didn't-
Exactly.
they didn't
That's
get-
gonna be the bitch of it.
Exactly.
They didn't get his Social Security.
It says that you won this much money at
Yeah.
the casino. Well, technically, I didn't. I know this sounds stupid. I know this sounds made up, but I promise you it is not.
I was only cashing out
Blake,
tickets.
Blake handled a lot more better than I did because I was freaking hot.
What are you gonna do? You're on their home turf. There's
It doesn't
nothing
matter.
you can do.
I know how to
There's
speak
not
up. and
fucking
I-
anything that you can do.
Yeah, what's yelling at I'm going to do?
Blake,
Yeah.
when we went
Get you
back,
kicked out faster.
I told Blake, I said, I made a couple of very not unthoughtful, very rude remarks about Indians before I walked out the door. So when we drove back up there, Blake goes, "What did you say, really?" I go,
I didn't want to walk in there with the same clothes, so I changed my fucking hoodie, put my sunglasses over my face. I was like, "Hey, yes, I'm needing my money."
all I said when I left was, I got on the phone. Tony goes, "Did y'all really get kicked out?" I go, "You know these fucking stupid ass rules. I hit a jackpot up there during tornado chasing, and you have to show 2 IDs. I had my
Really?
driver's license,
Yeah.
and I said, "Well, I can show you my credit cards." You know. Well, do you have
Little-
another picture ID? Who carries 2 picture IDs with them?
Not me.
Not near
Little-
that strenuous when you're
Little
losing.
does Jeff know, while I was waiting for them to process my money, I put $100 of my money into a slot machine, and I won $500 while I was waiting.
No, you didn't.
He's full of shit. He would have come out and told us. He'd have called us and said, "Hey, y'all come in. I'm on a heater."
I should have,
Yeah, no
because
shit.
I hit it.
No, you didn't, Blake.
Then we
Okay.
went. Then we went and ate a restaurant. And Blake ordered a Mexican Coke.
Yep.
And Chris thought he was being racist for a minute.
Yep.
I think he's like, "What'd you order?" It's a Mexican Coke. That's what they got. For everybody up north, you could order a Mexican Coke in a Mexican restaurant down here, and you get a Coke that's made in
glass
Mexico.
bottle.
It's a glass bottle made with real sugar.
good.
And it's really good. And we call them Mexican Cokes. But the first time somebody's with us, it's from up north, and you say, "Can I have a Mexican Coke?" They're like,
Chris isn't from up north.
Chris is from Texas.
"No," but he didn't. You could
He
tell
didn't
he
know.
was.
He was like,
He kind of looked up at us.
well, I didn't know what a Mexican Coke was until.
Yeah, you
'cause
got
I
on to
did
me
that.
last year
Yeah.
or 2 years ago.
The first time you ordered it there in that Mexican place.
Racist. He's like, "You're racist."
God damn, Jeff, chill out with the M word.
Yeah.
This is 2019.
And you're the only person that goes to a Mexican restaurant and don't eat beans.
I hate beans.
I hate beans.
Beans and
grow
mashed
'em?
potatoes.
No
Oh,
mashed
no,
potatoes.
you guys should buy black beans.
I don't like black beans.
Well, you should.
You don't like mashed potatoes?
No, mushy. It's the texture for me.
So is that what
Same
the problem
reason
is
I
with
can't be
beans?
gay, because I don't like the taste of cum
Or the texture of cum?
or the texture.
Yeah.
Or Randy was too big.
Yeah. Also, I don't like it feeling uncomfortable in my mouth.
Was there prior experience in order to realize you don't like it?
Yeah.
Just think
I don't like that.
Just think that poor girl's probably at her little pre-K kindergarten party today teaching, just looking like a
What'd that
angelic
girl,
angel.
some girl in a movie was like, it tastes like pennies in your mouth.
Who said that?
So it was in some movie.
Oh.
Shaving Private Ryan's.
Yeah.
Ryan
Shaving
Privates.
Robin's Privates.
Hot Moms 3.
Hot Moms 3.
Tastes like-
Speak-
You know,
When
there's
I
some lady
was-
right now bragging about being in Hot Moms 1.
Yeah.
I was in Hot
Yeah,
Moms
no
1.
I was in the original.
That was an OG.
This is a
We had bushes
remake.
back then.
All right, let's get off this place. We've talked enough today about nothing.
No, nothing.
We got Christmas break coming up. We'll have another
fucking
podcast out
ready.
this week. We are taking
will?
6 days off. Well, I don't know if we'll have a NFL pick'em this week.
Stay tuned to the Big Honker podcast page, because Blake will be posting a picture of his deer he shoots.
Do you think
Ooh.
And a teaser coming up on our YouTube video of
Yes.
the new YouTube series, which we have not named yet this year.
Right.
how many days do you think it's going to take you to close this deal?
2.5.
Too many.
Who shoots the bigger deer, you or Josh?
Stoner, if we're going by trail camera picks.
Really?
Well, Gabriel, if we're going by trail camera
Right,
picks.
yeah. Gabriel's got to be there.
Gabriel will never shoot that deer.
No, he won't.
He's at 17, 18 years old. He's out chasing women. He's not worried about shooting a deer.
How many days?
Wednesday afternoon.
What?
Yep. I'm feeling it.
That's one day.
That's
Tomorrow
2
we gotta
days.
hunt.
That's true.
How many days for you to close yours?
Probably Saturday. By Saturday.
Damn it.
That's
Got
4
some
days.
straight fucking killers in here.
What do you plan on doing over Christmas
Goddamn.
break, Andy?
I went
Nothing.
to Kansas, and in an hour and 45 minutes, I was done.
Thomas went to Kansas, came back here, still hasn't hunted
Now
Kansas.
he's thinking about going to the Texas coast, sleep
I
on
don't
the
even
beach.
know if I don't even know if Thomas knows he's here right now.
Yeah.
Who am I again?
I thought you were going to sleep on Mikey's couch.
Mikey kicked him out.
Why didn't you ask you to sleep in your truck in his parking lot and go hunting with him?
Mikey fucking mooches off of everybody else down here. Goes to Gabriel's house and makes his mom make dinner and stuff. And
Yeah.
somebody tries to spend
Someone
the
else
holidays
try
with
to,
him.
ain't gonna work,
Sorry,
man.
my couch you can't sleep on.
You know, Thomas, if you'd go get on the Big Honker podcast page and put you were going to go somewhere and wanted to hunt, I bet some person on there would invite you over to hunt with them.
Hey, I know a guy in western Nebraska that you might know.
Yeah, don't you know? I thought you had a buddy of yours in western Nebraska, one of your best friends.
There's geese in
Oh.
Nebraska. He don't want to hunt geese.
You know what he told me? He goes, well, yeah, everybody's busy this week. Yeah, it's called Christmas.
Yeah. It's pretty much nationwide.
Yes.
People are going to have.
Comes on the same day every year.
Just think, though. You got a couple days to rest up. Now maybe you can go 9 days before you need a day off. 8.5.
The thing I don't get is like I understand like going a long stretch and like getting a morning or a day off or something.
Yeah.
But Thomas, you fucking sleep from like 12:30 to 6 every day.
You're a napper?
You do get a lot of naps.
Fuck yeah, he's a napper.
Huh?
Okay, funny story. So you know that road coming the back way to where we stay in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. We're coming back from Eaton the other night, and you know how bumpy that road is.
Very bumpy.
And Carrie's hauling ass, and Matt's talking to Thomas, and we look over, and Thomas is passed out, just head rolling around, and I'm like, I don't think he's gonna answer you. And Carrie goes, how in the hell does he sleep on this road? It just bounces around, just fucking sleeps
yeah,
wherever.
you could make a margarita on that son of a bitch.
Fuck yeah,
what did
you
he do
could.
yesterday when you guys got in the pickup to leave the field?
Oh yeah, he drove that morning separate, and we're getting ready to leave, and Alex and I get in the pickup, and then Thomas gets in the back seat. I look at Alex, I look at Thomas, I go, "You're just gonna leave your pickup here?" Or Thomas is like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
You wouldn't have said nothing except you'd have had to take him back over there, right?
Yeah.
But-
So maybe he does need a day off.
But you get naps. So I don't understand the need for a day off.
I'm pulling footage and editing footage mostly.
Yeah, dudes, fuck.
Tony's drinking.
Well, go figure. Go
we,
figure.
We have a newfound
Jesus
alcoholic.
Christ.
Dude, to cry.
That's all. No, I don't need another beer. Thank you. We're wrapping up anyway. We were just getting to the bottom of Thomas's
Yep.
sleep schedule.
Blake, do you need another RC Cola for your kidney stones?
Yes, please, motherfucker.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. God bless y'all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Go check out all of our great sponsors. It's not too late. Let's face it, you probably got a shitty Christmas present anyway. So go to foulbandits.com, Gundog Outdoors, Dirty Duck Coffee, Dive Bomb Industries, Boss Shot Shells, Pacific Calls, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club, RIP, William Chris Wines, blindgrasscamo.com, J2 Outdoors, 14 Cattle Company. Check us out, StanfordHuntingOutfitters.com.